How's it going, guys? This is the Future of Auditing and Accounting Practices podcast, and we like to welcome you today. I'm Luke, here with my co-hosts.
Jack.
And Joe.
Today we will be diving into the exciting intersection of accounting, technology, and automation, exploring how these innovations are reshaping the auditing process and what this means for the future of the profession.
That's right. With rapid advancements in artificial intelligence, machine learning, and data analytics, the way to approach auditing and accounting is changing at an incredibly fast pace. We'll be discussing today the latest trends and technologies impacting our field and how professionals can adapt to stay ahead. Plus, we'll be breaking down how these developments are impacting job roles and what skills future accountants need to thrive in this evolving landscape.
Yeah, it's a huge topic and one that's critical to how we as accountants move forward. So whether you're a seasoned CPA, a student, or just someone interested in the future of business, we've got a lot to unpack today.
That is for sure. We got a couple segments we're going to break down for you guys today. The first one we're going to be talking about is big data and machine learning transforming the profession. So basically, let's start with the data. As we move into this era of big data analytics, traditional accounting and business analytics are quickly becoming insufficient. As noted in the future of business data analytics and accounting automation, highlighted by Kozlnick and Campbell, they stated that most companies and governments will still spend 80% of their time on data cleansing, which this seems like a lot and is very excessive. An appropriate machine learning algorithm can perform this in minutes. That's a big inefficiency. As accountants, we're looking at the future of where we'll need to leverage technology to design algorithms that can help business operate at maximum efficiency.
Exactly. And it's not just about crunching numbers. It's about creating algorithms that improve decision-making and business operations. We need to embrace these technologies in order to redefine the role of accountants. Castleneck and Campbell also note that traditional methods just don't meet the needs of businesses today. We can't afford to ignore this shift. For example, machine learning is already helping companies cleanse and process data in record time, which means accountants must now develop skills to understand and implement these new technologies.
Absolutely. And it's not just about creating tech solutions. It's about understanding how to incorporate these tools into business strategy. Perinello from Bonabito Group, a mid-sized accounting firm, mentioned how their small to mid-sized clients really pushed digital advancements in the last year. But the challenge, he says, is using these new tools while maintaining the personal service that clients expect. It's a delicate balance. We can't let the automation side take away the critical judgment and personal touch that accountants bring.
Well said, Joe. We definitely need us to be involved as well, and us as accountants are not being driven out by these machine learning and AI, so we definitely still need that human aspect. Next, we're going to be moving on to a second segment, and we're going to be talking about how the CPA is evolutionizing technology and how it's learning to embrace it. So to help accountants transition into the new tech-focused era, the AI CPA and NASBA have restructured the CPA exam through a new initiative called CPA Evolution. Starting in 2024, candidates will be required to focus on three main disciplines: business analysis and reporting, information systems and controls, and tax compliance and planning. This is a direct response to the increasing importance of technology and data analysis in accounting.
And that's what's great about CPA Evolution, is that it shows how seriously the profession is taking the technological revolution. Ken Koske from Becker explained that CPAs who learn technology will effectively be able to perform value-added activities like interpreting cognitive tool recommendations, evaluating analytics, and giving clients insights, rather than just handling repetitive tasks like data entry.
Yeah, the future is going to be about the strategy, insights, and decision-making. But let's not overlook the fact that for accountants, the shift means they'll need to have a deep understanding of not just the traditional accounting principles, but also the tech-related topics like business intelligence and machine learning. The new CPA exam will test for both those skills and more. If you're in the profession or you're just starting out, it's time to start thinking about how to incorporate these tools into your new workflow.
Yes, and speaking of automation, we're going to roll into our next segment and touch on how automation is impacting tax, specifically in accounting functions. AI has already made huge strides in the accounting world, especially in tax functions. Machine learning, robotic process automation, and AI are increasingly being used to streamline repetitive tasks, such as data entry and tax reporting. These tools will reduce errors, improve efficiency, and save firms a significant amount of time and cost.
That's right, and these technologies are especially valuable in areas like tax accounting. According to Castleton and Campbell, artificial intelligence can handle complex data sets that would normally overwhelm accountants, like tax records and regulatory data. This means accountants can focus on the high-value tasks that require judgment, leaving the repetitive work to the automation.
Plus, artificial intelligence is expected to create a massive boost in global productivity. Al-Mufada in the Journal of Emerging Technologies in Accounting estimates that artificial intelligence could create $2.9 trillion of business value and 6.2 billion work hours for worker productivity globally by 2021. It's clear AI isn't something to fear, but something to embrace.
Right, AI is definitely here to enhance our work, not replace us. Accountants will be transitioning into more of an advisory role where we will be using technologies to provide insights and recommendations. Students, in particular, you should be investing time in data analytics courses, especially those focusing on data visualization, data mining, and statistical analysis.
Let's move on here into the next segment. We're going to be talking about the Big Four and AI adoption in these accounting firms. So we'll take a closer look at how KPMG, Deloitte, EY, and PwC are all integrating AI into their operations. These firms have been leading the charge in incorporating AI into their accounting practices. Steve Toy, an innovation leader at EY, put it simply: in the absence of innovation, the individual in a local garage will take the lead. EY, for instance, has been focusing on using AI to free up auditors' time so they can focus on more complex tasks.
That's exactly right, Jack. EY uses advanced analytics and smart automation tools to quickly analyze massive data sets, including unstructured data types like images. For instance, their Helix GL anomaly detector is a tool designed to identify fraudulent activities within journal entries. By automating the process of identifying potential fraud, EY's auditors can focus more on intricate aspects of auditing, adding more value to the process.
Right, and this type of automation isn't just limited to fraud detection. EY also uses an artificial intelligence for smart automation in tasks like invoice processing and compliance checks. These tools will definitely help auditors spend less time on menial tasks and more time on high-level analysis, improving both efficiency and the overall quality of the audit.
In our next segment here, we're going to be talking about drones and image recognition for inventory audits. So we're going to be shifting gears a bit. Let's talk about something that may sound like science fiction: drones and image recognition software being used in inventory audits. Margaret Christ from the University of Georgia and Scott Emmett from Arizona State conducted a study on the use of drones for inventory counting in agricultural settings.
Yeah, and the results are pretty eye-opening. In one test, using drones to count a herd of 3,000 sheep cut the counting time from 275 minutes to just about 54 minutes. In another test involving 33,000 cattle, the time was reduced from 681 hours to just 19 hours. That's a massive time save, and it's made possible by combining drones with image recognition software.
Science fiction for sure. That is crazy. Talk about saving costs, am I right? What's even more impressive is that this technology doesn't only save time and costs, it speeds up the process, but also reduces the errors. In the cattle test, the error rate dropped from 0.15% to just 0.03%. And the quality of audit documentation improved. Imagine applying this technology to industries such as retail, manufacturing, and logistics, where inventory auditing is a major part of financial reporting. The possibilities here are endless.
Pretty crazy stuff. That's a long way to go here. But if you told me 20 years ago there'd be drones flying around warehouses counting boxes, I wouldn't believe you. So now let's switch into embracing ESG in our next segment here. Let's talk about the role of technology. With the rise of AI, machine learning, and data analytics, auditing is becoming much more tech-driven. How is this affecting the profession?
Technology is revolutionizing the audit process. These tools allow auditors to analyze large volumes of data quickly, spot anomalies, and detect errors that would possibly be impossible to find manually. AI and machine learning are particularly useful for identifying fraud for unusual financial patterns in real time.
Right, like we touched on before about catching fraud. Not only does it do that, and it can go beyond that. It's also, like we touched on, helping auditors become more efficient. And for example, tasks like sample selection, risk assessment, and even testing internal controls can all be automated now. This leaves auditors with more time to focus on the higher level analysis, like we talked about, and providing strategic advice to their clients.
That's a great point, Luke. So technology is not just making audits faster, it's making them more precise. But there's also a challenge in ensuring that auditors have the right skills to use these tools effectively. It's a whole new skill set.
Right, and the tech isn't just for large firms, but even smaller firms can benefit from these tools, which could level the playing field, but it's essential that auditors get the training they need to use those tools to their full potential.
Right on. Now let's kind of touch more on the ESG side. And, as we have mentioned, that auditors are now expected to provide assurance on ESG claims. This area is still new. So what does this mean for auditors to verify ESG data, and how are they managing the complexities?
Now, this is where things get a little tricky. ESG metrics are still developing, and there's no universal standard yet for measuring them. Auditors have to work with different frameworks, and some of the data is qualitative rather than quantitative, which makes it harder to assess.
Yeah, that's the challenge, but auditors are crucial in the space because they provide credibility to the claims companies make about their ESG efforts. And with the more regulations coming down the pipeline, companies need assurance that their ESG data will pass scrutiny from investors and regulators.
Exactly. But even with these challenges, there's a big opportunity for auditors here to step into this new role. If they can master ESG assurance, they can offer something valuable to clients that goes beyond traditional financial audits.
Absolutely. And we're seeing more and more demand for this kind of assurance, so it's a huge opportunity for auditors to grow and adapt.
Yeah, as the roles of auditors evolves, the skills required are changing too. Auditors need to be proficient in technology, data analytics, and even environmental regulations. What does this mean for the next generation of auditors?
It means that the education system needs to adapt. Traditional accounting programs focused mostly on financial reporting and auditing practices are still necessary, but now they have to incorporate data science, cybersecurity, and sustainability into their curriculums.
Exactly. This is a whole new skill set. For example, auditors will need to be more comfortable working with big data tools and be able to apply machine learning techniques to financial and non-financial data. This is all new territory for everybody, and it's exciting to think about how these tasks will evolve in the next decade or so.
Yeah, it's clear that this is transformative movement for the profession. Auditors will need to embrace technology, become more familiar with the new regulatory frameworks, and adapt to more consultative role with their clients. This is going to require a shift in how they're trained and how they work day to day. Yeah, as we wrap up, let's look ahead. The future of auditing is one where technology and human expertise work together. But what do you think the biggest challenges and opportunities will be?
I think the biggest challenges will be ensuring the auditors maintain their objectivity while using technology, there's always the risk of over-relying on algorithms or letting AI make too many decisions.
I agree, but the opportunity is huge. Auditors who are able to embrace technology, understand ESG, and provide real-time insights will be in high demand. This is the future of advisory, not just traditional auditing, and it's clear that the role of auditors is expanding. They'll need to balance new tech tools with the core values of independence and critical judgment. As the profession adapts, it'll be fascinating to see how auditors reshape their identity and value propositions moving forward. Now, to bring on our conclusion, talking about embracing the future of auditing and accounting, as we've touched on. The future of auditing and accounting is undeniably shaped by technology. We're looking at a world where AI, data analytics, and even drones will play a critical role in reshaping the way audits are conducted, how data is analyzed, and how decisions are made.
Yeah, for accountants, this means embracing these tools, learning how to work with them, and adapting to more advisory-focused roles. The technology is here to embrace our capabilities, not replace us. It's all about using artificial intelligence and automation to free up time for higher value work.
Right. So, touching more just before we wrap up, I had the chance to speak with Ryan Rosenberg. He's a director of data analytics at Fastenal Company, and he spoke on the impact of applying these tools into his team's daily tasks. Rosenberg said that they have made a significant impact on what we do on a daily basis. We're able to provide better tools to people across the organization. Some of the challenges that you have in a big company is the transition from old methods to something that is based on more modern technologies. Change management is a big thing, and educating employees is crucial. He further touched on his team and specifically how it brings and how it looks to in-house accountants. Increased intelligence of who our customers are. It provides segmentation of types of customers and how that might relate to their payment behavior and the best way to communicate on the basis of getting your accounts paid, along with setting credit limits and understanding the risk associated with certain customers and overall, touching on the overall audit risk. So I guess as we wrap up, it's clear that the future of accounting and auditing is incredibly exciting. Whether you're a student like us, or you're just starting your journey, or you're already a professional in the field, it's time to get ahead of these trends, embrace the change, learn from technologies, and be ready to lead the next wave of innovation in the accounting profession.
Thanks for tuning into our podcast on the future of accounting and auditing practices. We hope you're just as excited about the future as we are. Catch you next time.
Thanks for listening, everybody. Take care.